My name is Abdurrahman, and this is my story. Growing up as a child, I was never somebody who was disrespectful or somebody who had no morals. Going from primary school into secondary school was a big change. You would see kids smoking on site. You would see yourself getting dragged into situations that you would never think of before. And unfortunately, I was one of them who got dragged into it. I was the person who wanted to fit in with the bad boys, and to do that, I had to do bad things. And I'd say one thing that I can remember from year 9, me and my friends were just in the back of the classroom chilling as usual. Everybody knows that we're the class clowns, we're going to make the class active. So we're sitting there, we're just having fun, we're talking all lesson, and the teacher tells me off, and he shouts at me and he told me to get out of the class. Now, because of that reputation that I've developed, because of how much my ego was rising up, I didn't want that to be damaged just because of what a teacher had said. So I ended up pushing him, and then that's when things heated up even more. Everybody was like, oh, okay, Abdurrahman's the big man now, he's assaulted a teacher, in other words. Some people would say it's peer pressure, some people would say it's for my self-contentment, some people would say that it's just me being stupid, but I would say it's everything rolled into one. And on top of that, it didn't help that there was a lot of issues going on at home. Eventually, the teachers said to me that you had to move school. When you go into a place like that and people know who you are and what you've been up to, when the teachers know why you've come to this school, it's almost like that clean slate that you want to start afresh. You can't start afresh because everybody's some point going to hold on to your past. And I mean, social media played a big part in it, like taking pictures with gang signs, holding illegal weapons. Me, I've been taught you shouldn't get involved in girls, you shouldn't be involved in haram relationships and stuff like that. Not only was I getting attention from the boys, but there was girls who were coming my way. But when you're in the moment where the attention keeps mounting up and mounting up, you can't help yourself but to enjoy it. It had a huge effect on my mental health. All the friends who I had tried to impress, they all started to distance themselves from me. My parents, the ones who I disappointed, they started to give up on me. So I saw these things that I thought would be permanent slowly move away from me. It destroyed me as a person, because all this time when you're trying to be somebody who you're not, and then finally when reality hits you, it hurts a lot. It got to a point where I even wanted to take my own life. I wanted to commit suicide. I let social media take over me again for the wrong reasons, because I'm there constantly trying to get that attention that I need, but nobody would want to listen to me. Everybody's distanced themselves from me. One of the points where I had a big argument with my mom, and she said to me, look, it's time for you to leave now. I was self-harming every single day, and I kept doubting my worth. I began to lose my faith, I began to lose my iman, and eventually it led to me getting involved in gangs, getting involved in drugs. And fortunately, alhamdulillah, my grandma, she's always had that belief in me that I could change. This isn't my grandson. My grandson, I've raised him to be a better person. And she always had that faith in me, so she took me in, which motivated me a lot. And that's when I thought, you know what, now's the point I have to change. It's either now or I'm gonna lose everything completely. Alhamdulillah, a year before, we had all planned to go on Umrah. For me, this was a big turning point, because as soon as I seen the Kaaba for the first time, it's as if all my ego dropped. Everything completely just went away. And seeing the Kaaba together with my brother and sister, with my dad who I wasn't speaking to for a very long time, with my grandma, with my granddad, with my uncles, it meant a lot. It meant a lot that we're all there together. So alhamdulillah, coming back from Umrah, it was like a relief. I came back a new person. Months down the line, I was able to move back into my mom's house, and the family was together again. But now my main focus was maintaining this. And in this scenario, it wasn't maintaining a reputation, it was maintaining the person who I was before, the real Abdurrahman. And to do this, getting involved in charity, getting involved with the masjid had a big impact on me. It felt good that I was able to help other people. I felt right inside that, you know what, I'm doing something for the sake of Allah. And alhamdulillah, I was able to get involved with Task Force Green Lane. The whole of Ramadan, I was occupied with doing charity work. And you know what? I managed to prove myself wrong, that social media isn't a bad place. I can use social media, but in a good way. And alhamdulillah, I did that. I launched a social media platform where we raised over £6,000 for Syria. Obviously with the masjid support, they played a big impact on how they dealt with me as a person. I felt that respect. Back then when I was trying to impress my friends, it was something that I was trying to do. Whereas at the masjid, I felt at home. I felt like people would see me as a brother, as a family. Alhamdulillah, a few months down the line, I became a volunteer. And now, alhamdulillah, I feel at peace, feel happy, feel that type of tranquility that I wasn't able to feel before. Take it from myself. By trying to impress your friends, by trying to impress that girl that you want to try and impress, by trying to be that big social media inspirational, motivational, whatever you call it, trying to be that sensation online, it's not worth it. Do the right things, get involved in charities, do something with your life, because at the end of the day, we're all young and we've only got this life to prove ourselves. So do your best. You will face problems, you will face challenges, but it's about how you overcome them. These little setbacks, I promise you, will lead to bigger comebacks. So yeah, my name's Abdurrahman, and that was my story.